Lesson 7 starts on page 25, and it's about writing and comparing numbers through hundred thousands and ordinal numbers. Now, so far we've been talking about place value of hundreds, of tens, and of ones. Now you're going to learn about thousands, 10,000s, and 100,000s. Those will be the next three to the left of hundreds, tens, and ones. And one thing that you do is every 3 digits, basically, you have a comma. And so we put a comma right there. The next spot after that comma is the thousands place. Then we have the 10,000s place. And then lastly, the 100,000s place. Can you think of what is the next one to the left of the 100,000s place? It would be the millions, but we're not doing that one right now. But that would be the next one. And you have a comma after the 100,000s, and then the next place value to the left of that would be the millions. So let's just think about these ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, and 100,000s places. Now for practice, what we'll do is we'll have numbers that we'll give you, and then you'll want to change those to names, or in other words, use words to represent those numbers. And then we'll go the opposite way. We'll give you words that represent numbers, and you write the actual number value down for those words. Remember, any numbers between 21 and 99, except for ones that end in 0, we put dashes in between those two words, or hyphens. The only time we use the word and, remember, is when we're dealing with money and we want to separate the dollar part from the cents part. So practice problem A, what I want you to do is use words to represent that number, 5,314. Well, let's start by putting a comma in the appropriate place. Remember, we start from the right and move to the left. Every 3 places you put a comma. So right there between the 5 and the 3, we need a comma. And when we write this in words, we'll put a comma in that spot as well. And so we have a 5 in the thousands place. So we'll say 5,000, comma. And then we have 314. And so we'll just say 300. And then the word 14. No ands. There's no money. We're not separating dollars and cents out. So we just need to say 5,000, comma, 314. Look at practice problem B, 150027. Let's write that using words. So first let's find where our comma goes. And we start at the right side and we go to the left. 1, 2, 3 numbers. Comma goes right there. And so we have 150,027. And so let's go ahead and write that in words. 150,000, and then we put a comma because that's where it is in the number as well. 150,000, comma. There's nothing in the hundreds place. We just have 27 there, and so we write 20. And don't forget the hyphen. We always put a hyphen on numbers between 21 and 99, except those that end in 0. So 150,027. Now let's go from words to a number, 938,411. So we have 938,000. And do you see how, like, that 100 and 900, that'll be in the, like if you broke it up into 3 groups of 3, separated by your commas. The first 3 you have a ones, tens, hundreds place. You can kind of think of the second 3 as ones, tens, hundreds. So 938, we can write 938, and then since we have that 1,000 on there, that tells us we need a comma there, plus the comma in the statement tells us there's a comma there, and then 411, 411. That would be writing that number using numerals. or digits. Now it seems like we might say 938,000, or maybe we should just say 938, 411, since that comma tells us we're separating out the first 3 digits from the second 3. But we want to be as descriptive as possible when we write a number in words. So 938,000, that tells us the 9 goes in the hundred thousands place, and then we have a 3 in the 10,000s, and 8 in the thousands place, and then 411 comes after that. Now here's a money problem. We want to write this using digits or numerals. $28,000. Now this might be a little confusing because there's no comma anywhere, so where do we put the 28 part? Well, the thousand is our clue. 28 thousands, and so we'd put 28, and there's nothing after it, so that's why there's no comma, because there's zeros. 0, 0, 0, 28,000, and then let's put our $sign out front. And so that's how we would write $28,000 using digits. Now one more thing, if you look on page 27, they have something called ordinal numbers. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and so on. They end in like th, and sometimes it helps you use those words to describe a placing, like the 3rd person finishing in the race, or the 4th person finishing in the race, the 1st person, the 10th person, and so on. You wouldn't say, who came in 3 in the race? You'd say, who came in 3rd in the race? And so that's what those ordinal numbers are on page 27. They're just numbers used to name a position. You might just want to look over that list of ordinal numbers on page 27 just to make sure there aren't any that you are unfamiliar with. Okay, well that's all for lesson 7.